7:38. Good Thursday morning to you. Time to talk some hockey as we have the coach and general manager of the Kirkland Gold Miners in studio with us this morning. Ryan Wood joins us. Good morning, Ryan. How are you, man?
Hey, thanks for having me in here, Ferg.
Welcome into the radio station.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a lot bigger than I envisioned, and it's nice setup for you guys.
Yeah, well, it's a little bigger than the speakers that people imagine we're living in.
Plus, they have to keep me and Fergie separated.
Oh yeah, we
can't be in the same room.
Can't be in the same room. But now it's like I feel like I'm severely outnumbered by Manitobans. I feel like the old football special teams wedge buster trying to break through the two Manitobans here.
I don't like your chances. Just throwing that out there.
First thing Ryan comes in is 7-2.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Bombers.
Who's the Bomber? Oh, yes, exactly.
Only another Bomber fan would know what the hell he's talking about.
Exactly.
7-2.
It's true. So how's the camp going? You're going to get the rubber hits the road tomorrow, I guess, at 4 o'clock when you play Kingston, right?
Yeah, nothing like going hard right out of the gate against a perennial powerhouse from the Ontario Junior Hockey League. So yeah, it'll be a good tough test right off the bat. But we're excited about it, and it'll give us a good indication right away as to which guys are going to stand out and which ones aren't.
So at this point of training camp, are you at the stage where you are now implementing some of your systems?
Yeah, we've started implementing some of the basic ones. I mean, we still got guys in the camp that that aren't going to make our hockey club still. So, I mean, we want to see which ones can actually just grasp concepts of simple systems and making sure that, they're not overwhelmed by just routine stuff, right? We want to make sure that the guys can understand the routine and see age-old sentiment of, before you can walk, you got to be able to crawl, and
exactly.
And then when you're able to crawl, you walk, and then when you can walk, you can start running. So we just baby steps. I like to take things nice and slow and make sure everyone grasps the concepts that us as a coaching staff are implementing.
Okay, so 26 skaters you said you have left, 3 goalies. So how many address for a game?
We'll carry 12 forwards, 6 defensemen, and 2 goalies. So so we'll have a few guys sitting in the stands.
Right.
But
when you got 3 games the first 2 days that you know of for sure. So
yeah, so there'll be lots of opportunities for everybody to get in there and battle for positioning, and it's a lot of games in a short period of time. So it'll be nice to give guys breaks and stuff. We don't want to overwork guys.
Is it the full 20-minute periods?
Yeah, they are full 20.
Wow.
So I just found that out yesterday. Yeah. So I thought that we might have played smaller periods, but nope, we're playing full games. So full games.
One of the announcements that you made earlier this week pleased a lot of folks around town, naming Marshall Nikitin our captain this year. First Kirkland Laker to captain the Gold Miners.
It was kind of a no-brainer. Marsh and I chatted fairly consistently since I got hired in May. Marsh's, family is moving down south and stuff, so there was some stuff going on. So he was looking at alternative options to play down south, and not because he didn't want to play for Kirkland Lake. It's just family and all that stuff, and that's the nature of the beast. But after all said and done, and it all came to fruition, and Marsh and I were talking, and he came out to our first skate because he skated with us the first time, and we still hadn't finalized anything. And then after that first skate, he saw the level of play, and again, Marsh didn't know me, right? So he needed to make sure that he was going to play in a situation where it was going to be successful and he was going to feel comfortable. And after that first skate, we had a great chat in our office, and I knew right from that point forward he was the guy that I wanted to be our leader of our hockey club.
Right on.
Well, that's just great.
Yeah.
So, are you nervous or?
Absolutely, very nervous.
We've had pretty good years last.
Yeah, no,
3-4 years.
Definitely nervous. Just being new to the league and not knowing, everything. I've been watching a lot of the exhibition games of some of the other teams just to kind of get a gauge and feel as to what the other teams are doing. And I think that every team has been competing very hard in all their exhibition games and stuff. And I don't think we're going to be. I don't think we're going to be too far off where we need to be to have a very successful year.
Well, I think we're going to be a different team than people have seen the last few years.
Definitely.
You seem to have more emphasis on some bigger guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yep. No, I mean,
bigger, grittier guys.
Right now we have 10 defensemen in camp, and if I was to do an estimation of our average height, probably 6'3".
Yeah, on the D-Corps for sure, 6'3".
Yep.
Yeah.
And you feel that's something that's important?
Yeah,
'Cause I found that we kind of wore down as the season went along.
For sure. I mean, in the grind of a playoff series, I mean, whether you're big or not, I mean, that's kind of sometimes irrelevant
Compete
in
level, I
hockey,
guess,
but the compete level has got to be there. And every guy that we've got in camp, they're competing for spots. Nobody's here mailing it in just thinking that, well, I signed a card, so I'm on the team. Every guy in our dressing room knows that just because they may have signed right now doesn't mean that I can't rip the card up. So they're still battling and competing and trying to earn every opportunity that they can have here with the gold miners.
We've seen in the past it's a flowing roster.
Well, that's the nature of the beast, in Junior A hockey. Like
it is. I mean, you're always trying to tinker with what you got, but unfortunately, I feel like there's not going to have to be a lot of tinkering going on this year. You're going to have to maybe add a piece here and there, but I'm a firm believer of, hey, this is what we've got, and let's work with what we got. Let's develop them, because at the end of the day, it's still development hockey. We're here to develop these guys.
Exactly.
As much as I want to win championships and stuff, but I want Kirkland Lake Gold Miners organization to be known as a place for these players to come, develop, get better, and we help advance them, because now when that happens, it's going to be a revolving door of kids wanting to be here because they're going to utilize our program as a stepping stone, and that's where I want us to be known as a great developmental program, but also one that competes every night, which I know we're going to. So,
where do you stand with your Americans? First of all, how many can we carry, and how many are in camp?
Well, right now we have 4 left in camp. We have a goalie, a forward, and 2 defensemen. Okay. We're allowed 6.
All right.
So, I mean, we've got 2 import spots available at the moment, and all of our American guys are here, busting their hump and working really hard. So, it'll be a great weekend for them to show what they've got, because I mean, at the end of the day, our American guys got to be contributing factors to the successes of the team. They got to be contributing. They can't just be guys that are just there, right? So, and they all know that, and they're like I said, they're busting their hump and working hard. So
we all know, though, Ryan, until you start playing games, you can't tell, right? Guys
exactly.
look good in practice, right? Yep. And then you get out there.
For sure. I mean, guys might shy away from the physical aspect, and panic sets in and all that good stuff. I mean, it's a different type of hockey once you start implementing pressure and all that stuff. So I'm excited to get things going and seeing exactly where we are at, and then sitting down and evaluating on the weekend and going, okay, where are we at, and what do we need to do, right? Do we need to bring in another guy? Do we need to do this, that, and the other thing? And that's the great part about having some exhibition games before the regular season starts, where in the past where I've worked, never had exhibition games before. It's basically make your team, have your camp, season starts. So it's a nice little change of pace for sure.
Greg, I've been to a couple of practices and watching the proceedings, and guys like Gabbro are making sure that the rest of the fellas on the ice know this isn't rec league hockey, because Gab's in there and he's playing the body and doing his thing, being his pesky self, and it's sort of carried on. You see, there's a grittiness in practice that we're not used to seeing here, and it's kind of nice. It is going to be a different
like
team.
I say, we'll see this weekend once it gets real, right?
Yeah.
We all know guys that look great in practice, right?
For sure.
So
ton of those guys out there, and I hope that every one of our guys, I mean, like I said, we got 26 guys, and I hope every single one of them works as hard as they have to and makes my job difficult, because if they make my job difficult, then we're gonna be even better than maybe what we thought.
Well, good luck to you, Ryan. Hopefully
appreciate
it all good.
So Kingston tomorrow at 4.
Yep.
And then what's the order? Cochrane first on Saturday, then Espanola Saturday night.
And then we get reseeded, and I think we do a 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 play, and then I think they do a championship game. So we could play a max of 5 games over the course of 3 days. So it's going to be a lot of hockey, but it's no different than getting on the bus and doing a western swing, I guess it would be. Exactly. A western swing, 3-3. So yeah, it'll be a good testament of the boys' work ethic and drive and the determination that they have to bring to the table.
And if last year is any indication, you'll likely see a couple handfuls of Gold Miners fans up in Cochrane.
Yeah, it'd be great to see. And the good thing is we do play in Iroquois Falls a couple of the games as well.
A little bit of a
shorter trip for everybody.
And as Greg says, the highway's all torn up too. So
yeah, you know what? I drove there Sunday night.
Was it a little better?
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
Wasn't bad.
I thought that I was going the wrong direction. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been there before, so So driving there, I'm like, it's my GPS, and then it cuts out. So I mean, there's some issues with the GPS. So I'm like, why don't I have any service right now? So yeah. But I guess welcome to the North, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the North. You're now one of us.
Yep, I'm learning for sure.
Well, thanks for doing this morning, Ryan. Good to see you in the studio. And you guys are on the ice this afternoon, I assume?
Yeah, we got practice at 10 this morning, and then we're on again at 5. So we're doing a double duty tonight. So
2 a days, cracking the whip.
Yep, that's it. Got to see what guys can handle the heat here.
And then what time does the bus pull out tomorrow?
I think we're leaving at about noon.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So 4 o'clock in Cochrane tomorrow afternoon versus the Kingston Voyageurs of the OJHL in the first game of the Polar Bear Classic. And there's also a midget division, too, which gives guys like you a chance to maybe look at some recruits.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see some of the midget players play before us and whatnot, and start identifying guys early that could be potential gold miners in the future, or even APs or anything like that.
Exactly.
So, we've added a couple of APs already that are part of the Cubs organization, so It's nice. And, it's just good to have those young kids get into the mix early and get them a part of, what we're trying to do here.
Exactly. Well, have some fun at practice today. Best of luck in first exhibition game tomorrow.
Thank you. And thank you for having me in studio. It's great.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be a fun season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so, too.
Got anything to add, Greg?
Yeah, I got to get going here.
7:49. That is head coach and GM Ryan Wood of the Gold Miners in studio with us this morning, and a lot of guys still in camp. 26 in camp, so we'll see. Very competitive camp. Guys still battling for spots on the roster this season.